Hey guys, today we will show you step-by-step installation of the new Husqvarna F5 fairing kit. So if you will follow the instructions step by step, you should be able to install the fairing kit within one afternoon using just one pair of hands. Yeah. So actually you get from us the injected windshield, you get the new carbon tower, of course you get the side panels, plexi cover and the stickers and the sealing for the windshield, the certified headlights, and then the mounting stuff. Here are the mounting for the headlights and the windshield. Here is the clamping system, CNC milled, very precise and strong fit. The GPS bar for the tower. Here is the handlebar riser and the mount for the Scots damper that is included in the set, and the Garmin mount for adapter. Of course, the set of bolts. Yeah, and this is the guide for the brake hose on the front forks. Yeah. So you can see that with the fairing kit from RADE Garage, everything is included, everything is bolt on. First step, we have to remove the mask. Yeah, there are 4 bolts, 2 bolts on each side. Yeah, so you use Torx to remove the 4 bolts first. Now you grab the mask. First you pull towards yourself, and then you need to take it up because there are pins in the fender. Yeah. Then you remove the hose, brake hose, and last you disconnect the headlight. Here are many cables and they are fastened with zip ties. Yeah. So now we need to carefully cut all the zip ties. Yeah. So here I see one zip tie, here is second zip tie. In next step, we need to disconnect all the cables because we need to remove this plastic holder. So you can start with speedo very carefully. You need to use a little bit of force. It's useful to have such a small screwdriver, yeah, to help to disconnect some connectors. These two you drag only. Here are the turn signals. Yeah, so it's good to know, at least on the motorbike, the red one is a left turn signal. Yeah, and the green one is a right turn signal, because later on you will connect new turn signals. You should not be afraid, yeah, because the connectors are unique, yeah. So when you will put it back, you will recognize that the color goes together, or the shape goes together, the type goes together. Yeah. So in fact, you are not able to mix them up. Yeah. You have only one chance how to do it. The worst case scenario is that you forget one. Yeah. But then you will do the final check and you will find out. Yeah. And here is the second one. You push it carefully, of course, but you push it through up. Yeah, you put it back, and you can also connect it. And we can also the ABS control. You also push through, and you put it on side because you will need it later for the new tower. Also, remove the seat. Here are 2 pins. Just pull it out. Yeah, here you unlock, take away the seat, and now take out the plastic cover. Just put your hands here under it and just pull it out because here are 2 pins like this. and here is one more zip tie. Yes, so it's good to cut the zip tie. Here is the first connector. Take the small screwdriver, yeah, and here is a small tongue, so you need to lift it up, yeah, and you release the connector. Guys, now you take the second connector, and you see here you press, yeah, you are able to release it. Now we push these two connectors out and pull them out of the mask. Now we clean up a little bit the wires from the handlebars. We take out. There's one more, so 3 here, and here are 2 small ones, and one is bigger. So you go to the corner, you'd go first with one connector out, and then you can get the second connector out. Oops. Now dismount these 2 bolts that holds the black mask. To get out the mask, we had to cut it into areas. The first one is here next to the controls. You had to get out the brake hose, yeah, and then also down there to get out the hose and the main harness, yeah. We use the multi-tool to cut it out. Of course, when you do it very carefully so you don't destroy anything else on the motorbike. You turn the mask around and you get out the mask is out. Now we need to remove the handlebars, so just remove these 4 bolts. Now we need to remove the handlebar holders. From the bottom of the triple clamps there are nuts, so you will use the side key number 17, and from the top there is a Torx number 45. So from the bottom you put the side key, and from the top the Torx, and you have to use a little bit of force, yeah, to lose it. Now remove the handlebar risers. Because we need to remove these special nuts and the grommets from triple clamps, we take again the original bolts and we mount them as deep as possible. Now take a plastic hammer and you have to really use a bit of force to get it out. And now it's out. So one grommet is on a nut and the second grommet is here. Now take the nuts from us and the original grommets. If you have some spray, you can spray it a little bit. So put a little bit of grease so it's easier for you to put the grommets on it. I know. Now you insert the nuts from the bottom. Now you take the riser for handlebars as well as gouge for the Scots. You sit it here like this. Now you take again the original grommets. You hold the nut from the bottom. You insert it. Hold from the bottom and you insert it like this. Now you take the handlebar risers. They are asymmetric, yes, you have to decide if you want to have the handlebars more in front or closer to the rider. Then use the original bolts and Loctite them. in order to have the handlebar risers parallel. So you put back the upper clamp first. It's fine to finger tight actually, because you will remove it later. Guys, now it's important to have it correctly tightened. So we suggest you set up 45 Newton meters and you tighten it. If you don't have the Newton meters, so make sure you tighten it enough that this riser sits really on the triple clamps. Because if you don't do it properly, it will sit only on the grommets, and once you put there the handlebars, they will start moving a little bit and the nut will get loose. Guys, now we will mount the upper clamps. Yes, so take this back and take it out. Prepare also the pin holder and M5 by 12 bolts. Yeah, put them in. For sure, use the Loctite and mount it on the top clamps in this direction. You see, this and this has to be on each other. Now you place it in here, yeah, and you take the low clamps and the bolts M6 by 25. What is important, you see these two low clamps, so one has a small dot here, yeah, so the one with the dot goes to the left side. Again, don't forget to use the Loctite, yeah, and bolt the clamps. Now we take the nose, the M6 by 20. We use Loctite, yeah, and the washers, and we mount to the top clamps. Now go back to the original black mask holder. Yeah, and we need to get out two original things. One is the USB port. You need to get out from here. You take screwdriver, and there are two legs. Yes, so you need to push the legs in the center, and you get it out like this. Yeah, and secondly, you need to get out the speedo. Yeah, so here is Torx and there are two screws. So take out the screws, yeah, and keep them close because you will need them very soon. Now push a little bit from the bottom because it sits in the grommets, yeah, so you rake it out like this. And we will need also the original grommets, yeah, so take the screwdriver again and push through, push out the grommets. Tentatively, you can also use the original turn signals. Yeah, it is also possible. Yeah, so it's totally up to you. Yeah, but you are getting also the turn signal from us, so you can use ours. This is the new carbon tower. The tower itself, the core, it's always the same. Whatever bike you have, whatever production year you have. But you see here the difference in the top plate, yeah? This top plate with the deep space for the speedometer, it's for 2021 and the next years, yeah? And this one is for the older models, like 20, 19, 18, 17, 16 for Husqvarna 701, yeah? So this is important to know. Another difference is here you will use the original USB port. In the other version, you will use the USB port supplied by us. We need to put all the instruments into the top cover. Yeah, so here are 4 bolts, remove them, yeah, put it aside, and we will start here. Guys, at this stage you take the headlights from the box. The bolts for the headlights are also in the box, and important thing, don't throw it away. Here is the setup manual in the back, how to set up the beam, but here are also a copy of all the certificates, yeah, for the headlights. So now we mount the headlights. You see the holders, here is mark left, right. You see it has to be narrow, and the low beam goes to the lower position. It's a longer tube, shorter tube goes to the upper position. It's a high beam, yeah. And here you can see you can adjust the direction, but you will do it later on when everything is set up on the motorbike. Now you prepare the M6 by 16 bolts with Allen head and the washers. Yeah, you insert it on a tower. You mount it here directly to the rivet nut. Now we mount the top. We use again the M6 by 16 bolt. We use washer also from outside, and from inside we use also washer, and we secure with a nut. Now we take the low windscreen holders. They have marking left and right, and the bolts, they are M6 by 10 with a round head. Here we don't use Loctite. We take the ABS control and we place it here directly into the carbon hole. Yeah, it clicks there, and you got this triangle grommets, let's say. You got 2, yes, so actually one is spare, one you keep aside, and one with the second one you secure the ABS from the back side. At this stage you have from us such an extension, and here is ACC1 and ACC2. These are actually outputs from the battery, I guess, and the ACC1 it's permanent, ACC2 it's only when you turn the key, yeah. Guys, prepare the M6 by I think 40 or 45, the washer and the nut, yeah, and put it in your pocket. Now what we need to do, we need to get all this big harness into the tower. You see, here is the tower a little bit widened, so try to get it through here, yeah. And now you put it on a top mount. Now it's time for the bolt from your pocket. Yes, so you secure at this stage only one bolt. Yeah. From the right handlebar, yeah. These two big connectors you leave away, yeah. You put into the tower only this one small, and you put inside also the sensor from the front wheel. These two connectors going from the gas, actually, now we will put from this side, yeah. We will place it here, and we put it, and we open the cover here, and we push it there, and we connect it again next to the key lock. Now you connect it back here, yeah, and you nicely put it there. Done. Now from the left side, we need to get the connectors inside also. It's good with the inside hand to push the harness a little bit down and to create a space, and then push there the cables. Yeah. Got it, they are there. So now you have all the cables inside. Please be a little bit patient, go one by one, yeah. Once it's something connected, put it aside, find another one, connect it, and go again and again. And in 5, maximum 10 minutes, you have everything connected inside, yeah. Another tip, when you think that some connectors or wires are not long enough, so you can help yourself that you turn the handlebars a little bit to the right and left, yeah, and this make the wires a little bit longer, and you gain 1-2 centimeters, but really useful to connect them. So guys, so we have everything connected, but still few hints for you. These 3 connectors remain free, yeah, because here goes the speedo, and here goes the controls from the dashboard. Sorry, here is the 4th one, but this one is only on 2021. Here goes it's kind of T-shape, and there goes the USB port, yeah. If you have the older model, you connect the USB port here. And make sure these 2 connectors for the turn signals are prepared here like this. You connect them, and then you push the connectors inside, yeah, but it's way easier to do it outside of the tower than later inside, you will see. And as I said before, if you have any tablet and you need to connect it inside, so again, this is the grommet, you should go inside the tower. Of course, if you really need, it's no problem to drill into the tower, put there some grommet, yeah, and you have more, you can have additional access into the tower. It's possible also. Guys, now when the dashboard is connected, all the controls, so again, it's good time if you plan to put on a GPS bar either tablet or a Garmin or TomTom, whatever, and you know that you need there to have a charger. Yes, so it's good to push it through here again, the cable inside, connect it inside, because we will close the tower. Of course you can get inside again, but now you can do it when it's already open, when it's still open. Now we do the test, yeah. So we switch the ignition on, and we test the high beam, the turn signals. Yeah, the turn signal is flashing also. Yeah, and what else? The horn. So everything should be okay. you use the M4 by 16 bolts and the plastic washers to mount the top plate to the tower. Yeah, because here is the factory shield, but it's easy glue, yeah, so you just remove it and you put it, I don't know, 2 centimeters higher, yeah, because we need to use this space, yeah, so we need to have it free. Now prepare the low clamps and the M6 with the washer and nut. Now we will insert the low clamps. Yeah, you remember it's only finger tight here on one bolt, so here is certain flexibility. Yeah, so I go here from top a little bit inside and I put it there. Yeah, and I do the same from the other side, and then I secure with a bolt. Now I take the bolt from my pocket. Because the holes are quite precise, so it's good to have the tool. Yeah, it's M5. Yeah, and you go through. Yeah, you go from your pocket the nut and the washer, and you secure from the other side. Now you take remaining 2 bolts and you place it there, and there you can tight. Now you tight all 4 bolts. Yeah. Now we take the hose guide, yeah, and put it like this, yeah, and we zip tie. To avoid the cables interfere with the fork, so we take what goes from top here, the loop actually, which is the hose and the sensor cable. So we zip tie it here, yeah. And here you do second one, here more or less in this position, but you don't tie it, yeah. You just keep it a bit loose like this. Okay, and it should work then for the cable. Next are the turn signals. Now we take the windshield holders and the turn signal holders. And you will use the original turn signals. You insert it in here from this side. There is the irritation point. And now you will tight, but use the proper amount of force. Now you take the turn signal with the windshield holder, the left one, and here in between the silent blocks there is a hole with a grommet. So you push it through the cables. At this stage you can leave it like this for a moment. Now we have here the turn signals, which are here. The green is a right one, the red is a left one. Now take the M8 by 12 bolts, put on the crossbar and mount the windshield holders. Now take the M5 rubber nuts and insert them into the windshield holders. Because the holes are pretty tight, so we suggest you take a bolt and then it's easier to push in. At this stage, it's good to take the paper from the headlight box, where you have the specification of the headlights. You have here the copies of the certification. On the last page, you have an instruction how you should set up correctly the direction of the beam. Here are each headlight is on 4 bolts. If you lose them, you can set up the direction of the headlight up and down. So do it at this stage, please. Here on a plastic, we did with a multi-tool again such a cutout here on both sides, you're able to put the plastic back, yeah, and mount it with a bolt. Guys, now you take a so-called Garmin adapter. We call it Garmin adapter because it fits directly with the Garmin cradle, yeah. But it can be used as a platform to mount actually any other holder on this GPS bar. These two pieces look same, but actually in one half are the threads and in the second half are holes. Yes, so just make sure when you install it that the piece with the threads goes to the bottom, yeah, and with the holes goes on top, yeah. And you see it can go into 3 positions, like this, this, or this. So depends what kind of holder you want to place there. Here is the example how we can mount the Garmin cradle here, yeah. We selected the position, yeah, then you select also the angle, and then you tie it. Yeah. Take the stickers. They prevent the glare going into the windshield from the headlights, yeah. So it's important to stick it here around, yeah. You easily peel it like this. Now where I start usually is this corner, and I try to align one or second line, yeah. I turn the windshield like this. First I try to stick it here. Now you do the same from the other side. You go nicely to the corner, up, and you go against, and it's done. Now we take the mesh that fits here. You peel the sticker from the other side. You don't have to do the complete. You can, and I usually start in this corner, and I go slowly. I don't pull the mesh. Just try to fix it in a correct place. Now we need to do the holes for the rubber grommets. I just take a sharp knife. I find more or less where is the hole. And I cut it out like this. Now take from the mounting pack the M4 rubber nuts and insert them into the windshield over the mesh. Now you take the sticker and you put it on a plexi cover. Here in the cover there are pre-drilled holes, but not in a sticker. So what we suggest, you take a 4mm drill, you mark it from outside, and you drill it through, yeah. Now you can clean up a little bit, and then you can use. Now we take the M4 by 16 bolts and the plastic washers, and the cover. We put first here the cover, and we go one by one, yeah. Because the bolts are not parallel, so we have to go one by one. Don't tight at the first stage. Now what is important? There are rubber nuts in the bag, so you don't need to super tighten, only a bit. If you do too much, then you might destroy the sticker here. Now we need to get out these origin grommets because we need to fit them into the hours side panels. Take bigger screwdriver and push them through, yeah? But be careful, you catch it with your hand from the other side. It doesn't fall into the engine and you don't have troubles. Now I take the grommet. There is kind of hook from there. I put it there, and then I usually take a pliers, yeah, and try to fit it in the hole. It goes under the side panel, goes under the windshield, Now the fairing is ready for the installation on the motorbike, and we always recommend to remove it like this. Yeah, it's always easier than to remove just the windshield or just the side panels. It's always easier to remove it completely. Prepare 2 bolts, M5 by 20, they are longer, and 2 bolts M5 by 16. The shorter bolts goes here, the longer bolts goes to the bottom. Now we take it's good to turn the handlebars on the side, so the forks are more narrow, yeah, and then we easily put on the fairing. Yeah, we take the bolts and we fix it here. We do the same on the other side. Now we center with the left hand the lower windshield holder. Here we use the longer bolt. Now the fairing is installed, and here you will lock with the pins from the seat. Now we take the seat. We lock like this on both sides. Yeah. Guys, the installation is ready. Yeah. And now we can start enjoying better wind protection, stronger LED headlights, and more space for navigation. Yeah. We wish you a lot of exciting adventures with our fairing kit.